chair apologizes. There's a second amendment. The chair would like to recognize the senator from the 12th to speak to amendment number 2. My apologies.
Thank you, Mr. President. Amendment number 2 says, striking lines 123 and replace it with, upon request by a designated university. And those designated universities would be our 1890s land-grant schools, our flagship university, University of Georgia, and Fort Valley State University. The commission shall issue non-transferable designated university licenses for the production of low THC oil and other products, If there aren't any questions, this is very short and kind of self-explanatory. We wanted to make sure that those 2 universities receive the same coverage as they did in the original bill.
You have a question to your right. The chair recognizes the senator from the 2nd.
Senator from the 12th, do you yield?
Yes, sir.
Do your amendment specifically say that it reverts back to the original language when it relates to land-grant universities, the University of Georgia and Fort Valley State University?
Yes, sir, that is the ask.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You have no more questions.
Thank you. I yield the will.
Does any other senator wish to speak? Or chair recognizes the senator from the 28th to speak to the measure.
Thank you, Mr. President. Look, y'all, I disagreed to try to go ahead and get this thing in conference so that we're not dealing with this thing in the middle of the night. And what Amendment 3 does, it basically guts the bill. And y'all need to know that. And so what's going to happen is this bill is going to go back over to the House, and then it's going to come back over, and what's going to happen? We're going to be in conference. I'm trying to skip a step. Let's get it in a conference. Let's put a limit on the number of dispensaries, and then let's have a debate on the bill. I do support the senator from the 12th Amendment, Amendment 2. I want to make sure that we're very clear that we're not trying to hurt the land-grant universities. That was never the intent of the bill. I still don't think it even says that, but I do want to make sure that we're all very clear on that. But please vote down Amendment 3 and let me get this thing in conference. Let's get it right, because here's the deal. In HB 324, we gave them by law 1 year. We gave them 1 year from the time they get their license to the time they have to have medicine on the shelf. And right now, there is legally no shelf to put it on. So if we don't act now, if we don't act today, tonight, there is no shelf. And if you believe that this is a medicine, if you believe your wife's migraines go away, then we have to have a shelf for her to get that off of. If you believe that kids' seizures are going away, they have to have a way to get it, and they don't. I appreciate the senator from the 46 insight into this. I do. I truly do. I know where his heart's at, but I also know he just doesn't believe in it as a medicine. And he's doing everything he can to delay this so that we're not dealing with this. Let's get this thing into conference. Let's get it right, and then let's have the debate. Please vote down Amendment 3 so I can get to conference.
Senate will come back to order. Senate will come back to order. Just want to update everybody on our current status. Because of the way the amendments work, we've seen a reference to amendment number 3. It's really amendment 2A, which is the third amendment. So I just want to make sure everybody's referencing the same amendment. Amendment 3 that's been referenced, I talked to the author of it, agrees with this reference, is actually amendment 2A. Chair would like to recognize the senator from the 53rd to speak to the measure.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you heard this, but the senator from the 28th said that he disagrees with the House, which sends it back to the House for us to create a conference committee. This procedure just extends it and makes it longer. The day's getting short. I would recommend, with all due respect, to vote down all the amendments. We're for the senator from the 12th stuff to be in the conference committee, and I would assume that should be considered for that. But please vote down all the amendments so we can start a conference committee on the other side. I appreciate the effort, but it's just delaying the game here. And if I was the referee, I'd throw the flag. Please vote down all the amendments and vote for the senator from the 28th position on disagreeing with the House.
Chair recognizes the senator from the 46th to close debate.
So you're being asked to have faith in the conference committee report that's going to include these
Senator, could you please pause for a minute? If we could all take our seats and cease all audible conversations and give our attention to the Senator Noel. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. So that strategy suggested by the senator from the 53rd means you've got to put your complete faith in a conference committee report is going to be what you want. And it doesn't guarantee the senator from the 12th Amendment to protect the historically black university system and the University of Georgia's rights here. And this is the way we go through this process. There's an awful lot of 195 that is intact. This is not completely gutting it. It lets them add products. It gives additional licenses to the production licensees to have retail licenses. Creates that. This is, you know, with or without this bill, no product is getting on the shelf until, first of all, licenses are granted by the commission that we established, and they grow marijuana and produce oil out of it or whatever other products out of it. And then the same commission is who grants these retail dispensing licenses or pharmacist licenses. They haven't done that yet. This bill doesn't make that happen overnight. It's the commission that has to do it. You don't have to have this bill passed for that to occur. We already passed that bill 2 years ago, and we set up the commission and we told them issue production licenses, issue dispensing licenses. They just have to do their job. They don't need this bill to do it. This gives them more options to approve other research and to grant additional dispensing licenses to these manufacturers. I say the Senate ought to do it the way we think's done, send it to the House, and if they want to disagree, fine, then we go to conference. If they agree that they're getting 80% of what they sent over here and think these changes are beneficial, then they'll simply agree and we won't even have to be going to conference. Let's let this process work. It's, what is that, 3:45 in the afternoon? We got another 7 or 8 hours to go. I think this is just a very finely tuned method to expand the rights without going crazy and heading into recreational marijuana. So I'm going to ask us to pass Amendment 2A and Amendment 2, and let's agree as amended and send it back over to the House for action at this time.
Senator has closed debate. For what purpose does the senator from the 29th rise?
Mr. President, I ask for unanimous consent that I be recused from this vote based on Senate Rule 1-4.4.
Senator from the 29th has asked for unanimous consent to be excused from this vote without objection. All right, we're going to take up the First Amendment, Amendment 2A, from the Senator from the 46th. The question is on the adoption of Amendment 2A. All those in favor of Amendment 2A, vote yea. Opposed, nay. The Secretary will unlock the machine. Have all senators voted? Have all senators voted? I can see him. I'm just asking the question. Mr. Secretary, please close the machine. On the adoption of Amendment number 2A, the yeas are 8, the nays are 41, and the amendment is lost. For what purpose does the Senator from the 46th rise?
Mr. President, I move that we agree to House substitute to Senate Bill 195.
That motion is out of order at this point. We're on Amendment 2. All right, the Senate will come back to order just to get us up to our current posture. Obviously, this is a complicated spot. So the vote that we're going to take here is the Senator from the 46th has moved that the Senate agree to the House substitute to Senate Bill 195 as amended by the Senate through Amendment number 2. That's the question. I'll read it one more time. Senator from the 46th has moved that the Senate agree to the House substitute to Senate Bill 195 as amended by the Senate by amendment number 2. For what purpose does the senator from the 12th rise?
Inquiry,
State your
please.
inquiry.
Isn't it true that if we vote this bill down, vote the amendment, the amendment down, that it will go into conference?
We are voting on the underlying,
Just
on the overall measure perfected by this amendment.
Okay.
And the vote
okay.
will be on the bill with this amendment automatically attached.
All right, thank you.
That's the current posture.
Thank you.
All right, one last time, and then we'll put it on the board. The Senator from the 46 has moved that the Senate agree to the House substitute to Senate Bill 195 as amended by the Senate through amendment number 2. All those in favor vote yea, opposed nay. The Secretary will unlock the machine. Have all senators voted? Have all senators voted? Mr. Secretary, oh, we got one more. Okay, there we go. Mr. Secretary, please close the machine. On the motion, the yeas are 3, the nays are 47. And amendment number 2 is lost. And the measure has failed. Chair recognizes the, just as a reminder, the senator from the 28th, your original motion is now in order. So to refresh everyone's memory, the senator from the 28th has moved that the Senate disagree to the House substitute to Senate Bill 195. Would the senator like to speak to that motion? He waves. Any other senator wish to speak for or against the motion? Is there objection? The chair sees none. All those in favor of...
Just say if there's objection.
I'm trying to make this harder than it is.
Yeah.
Is there objection? The chair hears none and the Senate has disagreed. For what purpose does the senator...
Mr. President,
For what purpose does the senator from the second rise?
what's the posture on amendment number 2?
Prior to the no objection on the previous motion, that amendment could have been lifted up. But because there was no objection and this body has disagreed, that amendment is lost. All right, we're going to stand at ease till 4:45. Let everybody catch their breath a little bit. I got to go shake around some amendments that are moving around. We'll stand at ease until 4:45.